Welcome to Shine Movement Space. Today's class stretches and mobilizes through those areas of the body that often feel tight and constricted. We'll give special attention to our hips and spine, connect to our breath, and clear our minds. I hope this video leaves you feeling relaxed and open. Find yourself a calm space to set up, and let's get moving and shine together. Hello, thanks for joining me for a quick release, stretch, and gentle movement session today. Just to let you know, this is part of a 4-part series that has some other mat-based Pilates. So be sure to check the description for those other classes if you're interested. All right, we're going to start today on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to start tucking our toes underneath in the back. And we're just going to do some gentle rocking back and front and back and front. Starting to stretch the fascia and lengthen behind your toes. Opening up the posterior chain of our body just a little bit. We rock. Maybe you want to slightly angle inward towards your big toe. That might feel nice. But make sure you feel behind all of your toes. And then we come back center. We untuck our toes. We press into the floor with an exhale, rounding our spine, tucking our pelvis under. And then we open up, shining our heart forward. So our pelvis is tucking under, exhale. Our spine rounds. We feel length across the mid-back. Really pressing into the floor. And then we unfold. Inhaling, shining our heart forward. We exhale, nod your chin. Really round. Feeling space between your rib cage and the back, and then we unfold. Couple more like this on your own time. Very nice. Come to a neutral spine position. I'm going to face the camera so you can see me a little better on this one. You can stay where you're at if that feels nice. All right, we're in a neutral spine. I want you to bring one knee in front of you. And then we're going to come up to a kneeling position. We lengthen through this hip flexor here. If you've done any of the other videos in this series, this should feel really nice. We tuck our bum a little bit under, and we feel this opening. We can shift slightly forward and then press it back, making sure we're nice and tall through our spine, and press it back and forward. This might be quite an intense hip flexor and quad stretch depending on how you're used to moving throughout the day. And back. And we stay just slightly shifted forward. We're pressing and lifting through our palms on our thigh here, opening our chest. Bum is tucked slightly under. We reach the opposite arm over and add to that lengthening on that side body. Breathing here. If this is too difficult, you can also grab a chair and have this palm be on your chair or your couch, yoga blocks. All right, very nice. From here, we're going to lean down to the floor. We're going to heel toe this front foot a little bit more to the side of us. So now you see that my knee is pointing more on the diagonal side. We're going to shift backwards and then bring that shape forwards. So I'm shifting my weight backwards slightly and forward, opening up through my hip backwards and forward, breathing through it. And then we come to the center and shift a little bit to the side and center, just slightly. Thinking of opening up through our inner thigh more than pushing our knee over our toes. That's not the goal. The goal is opening up through this inner thigh. Very nice. Let's do one more little shift. And then let's switch sides. So we're bringing the other foot forward into a nice kind of lunge position here, toes pointed forward. We can use our hand to help us come up to a kneeling position. Feel immediately this lengthening and opening in our hip flexor. Whew. We then can tuck our pelvis slightly under, opening our chest, finding that position with our palms on that opposite thigh, lifting that chest. Feel that stretch through your quad, through that hip flexor. This is really nice to do if you do abdominal work where your knees are bent, just lengthening through those hip flexors, because sometimes those want to take over when we're doing abdominal work like that. Breathing here, we can shift a little forward and back and forward and back. You do whatever feels right on your body today. And if this is hurting that knee underneath you, grab a cushion, grab a pillow, or fold over your mat. Very nice. And then we lift our arm up and over side, lengthening through that side body here. Breathing. And then come on down. We find the floor again, and then we heel toe our foot more to the side. We shift a little bit forward and a little bit back. Opening up through that hip, making sure your knee is tracking in line with your toes. So not that your knee is falling forward and your toes are turned out. Trying to keep the knee in line with the toes, which is what I heard nonstop in my dance classes and some of my ballet classes. If you've done a plie at a ballet bar, then you know what I'm talking about. Good, and come to the center, and we shift a little bit more side and center. Thinking of lengthening from here rather than jetting our knee over our toe, remember. Lengthen, it's a tiny little shift. How are you doing? Very nice. Come back to the center now. You can tuck your feet underneath you, behind you, and come to a seated position. Cross-legged position. Let's just have our hands on the front of our knees, and we're going to do just some rib cage circles here. Loosening up a little more through our spine, and this also might feel like a stretch on your hips as well. And then after this one, let's go in the opposite direction. Reversing, kind of just scooping out, hollowing out. Try to think of like creating a full circle or touching all the corners of the wall before you as you round around. Oh, did that make sense? I'm not sure. Try not to cut off any part of the circle, I guess that's what I'm saying. And let's do one more. Come to the center. Very nice. Let's fold forward with our spine and a flat back, and then we round and come on up and stack it tall. So just kind of a few waves of the upper body. Forward and back this time. And if you grab onto the front of your shins, you might feel a nice stretch in this position as you flow through it and stack your spine. You'll feel a little stretch behind your shoulders. Nice. Let's do one more like this. Very good. Stack your spine nice and tall. Let's open one leg to the side. The opposite knee can be bent. This leg can be as wide of an angle or as shallow of an angle as is comfortable for you. I'm going for like a 45 degree, but I want you to make sure wherever you are, try to make sure you can keep your kneecap facing the ceiling at least, because I don't want you forcing this, but that your knee is rolling forward. We want to be able to keep our kneecap towards the ceiling. All right, here we go. Feeling both sitting bones into the mat. Nice and tall through our spine. We reach outside and we fold towards the side. Reaching nice and long, and then we come on up. We reach out long before we fold over, and then come on up. As we reach, I want you to think of this side sitting bone pressing down towards the mat, so that opposite hip isn't lifting up. We're trying to stay grounded, stretching out that side. Ah, feels really nice. It's been a long week on my end, and I hope, a long week but a good week, and I hope that this feels nice if that's the case for you. And then let's stay over and stretch for a few breaths here, thinking nice and long. If your arm is like this, try to lengthen it out long. Breathing here. And then we reach out to come on up. Come to the center now. We're gonna walk our hands a little bit forward, and then we walk it back up tall. We walk it forward. We're easing into the stretch. I know it kind of feels maybe a little bit silly, like you're crawling and going nowhere. But I want you to think of your spine kind of rippling down like it did before when our legs were crossed. Reaching out long and then rounding back up to stack tall. And reaching out, we're easing into this stretch in the center. And then on the next one, we stay out. Nice long, long spine, and then we round at the bottom, breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Trying to keep that knee facing the ceiling. Making sure we didn't bring our chest so far forward that our knee rotates or our hips pop off the mat in the back. Trying to keep that outward rotation. One more breath here. And then we stack our spine up tall. Very nice. Take this front foot now. Give it a little bit of space forward. This back foot is now going to do kind of what I said not to do. We're going to rotate it towards the screen, and then we can carry it behind us. So I want you to think of a diagonal line with your body. Shoulders now rotate over this front leg and front shin. This opposite leg is reaching behind you. Your knee might not straighten, and that's okay. We fold forward over that front knee. Breathing here, stretching out that hip. You can choose to go as low as you'd like. Important that we stay breathing into this stretch. Using our breath to release tension. One more breath here. And then slowly walk yourself back up. And let's switch legs now. Whew. Windmill your legs just a little bit here. And then let's find the other leg stretched nice and long. We sit on top of our sitting bones to start. Nice long spine. We reach out and we fold over side and come back up. Inhaling and exhaling to fold over side. Coming back up center. Inhale. And exhale. Making sure once more that this hip stays grounded. You feel that butt bone, that sits bone into the mat. You're not lifting that hip as you fold side. It's going to deepen the stretch. Might feel more intense, but it will help deepen and lengthen. And we stay on the side with this one. Breathing here for a moment. Feeling our rib cage opening on the side and those muscles in between our ribs expanding. One more breath. We reach out to come up. We crawl forward in the center. And then we stack it back up. We crawl forward. Stack it back up. Have a look at this knee. Start to pay attention. Does it want to roll forward? Try to keep it shining towards the ceiling, that kneecap. Crawling forward, stacking back up. And on the next one, let's stay forward. Breathing there. Making sure that leg is still turned out. Shoulders are rolled down and back, however you are. And one more breath here. Filling your rib cage. And then we exhale, stack our spine nice and tall. Very nice. This front foot comes a little bit forward. We rotate this back foot inwards and then swing it behind us, feeling this nice diagonal line. Our shoulders turn over this front leg and we walk our hands out. Stretching through that hip. Breathing. Wherever you're at, try to keep those shoulders away from your ears. really lengthening through your neck on the stretch. You can also hang your head a little bit if you round your spine. But no matter where you are, try to keep those shoulders out of your ears. Breathing into the stretch. I know it can be intense. Close your eyes and just feel your body. Where do you feel the stretch? Listen to your own breath. And one more breath here. And on the exhale, stack up nice and tall. Very nice. Windmill or windshield wiper those legs. Shake them out if you need to. Reach your fingertips behind you. Open your chest for a moment. Shine your heart up. And then come to a comfortable seated position. Bring your arms at your side. We inhale. We have 3 times bringing our arms up at our sides, and we open them down. One more. Inhale like that. Exhale down. And on this last one, we inhale, scoop up all that energy you just created, and we exhale, we bring the energy to our heart. We close our eyes, feel our heart beating beneath our fingertips. Inhale. Thank your body. Thank yourself for making time to create space within your body here to release tension and to just help yourself feel your best. On the next, we inhale one more time. And exhale, arms float open, eyes float open, shoulders roll up, down, and back. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel loose, I hope you feel relaxed, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and continue to shine. Bye. Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support and I hope you'll join me again.